Welcome back to another episode of Love and Gratitude. How are you? How do you feel? You know, yesterday I was watching my own YouTube videos and I couldn't watch them because it was so cringe to me. Because did you notice the way I say hi in the beginning? In my videos I always say hi and I'm using my very high voice, and that was so cringe to me. And you know, every time before starting to record a new video, I feel always so nervous, and I don't know where that comes from, but because this is my 20th video or something, but I still feel super nervous every time I start recording a new video or recording a new podcast episode. And I hope that I will get used to this soon because I can't handle this anymore. Yeah, that was so cringe to me, you know, like watching my own YouTube videos and just watching myself. But that is a good method to observe yourself, to improve yourself. And actually, this is what we're going to talk about today. The feeling of cringe, and when do we feel cringe, and why do we feel cringe, and what is cringe, what is the meaning of cringe? Because in my opinion, there is no cringe, even though I felt cringe yesterday while watching my own videos. And yeah, so welcome again. And first of all, I want to ask you, do you feel cringe sometimes? I think so many people, they feel cringe many times, and because of little things. And you know, usually I don't like, you know, for me the word cringe doesn't exist, and cringe doesn't exist at all for me, because there is no cringe in my opinion. But so many people, unfortunately, they're so they're getting influenced by their environment, by the people around them, and by strangers, even though they're strangers and they have nothing to do with each other, and because they're scared of what they might think or what they might say while doing something, and that might be cringe to them. But I think there is no cringe, you know? Everything you do is just you know? And you can do whatever you want, and you can be however you want to be, and you can just be yourself, and there is no cringe. And I think if there's someone who says, oh my god, this is cringe, or who puts that label on you, that means that this person is simply not on your energy level, you know. That person is not sharing the same frequency as you. And I think that's completely okay, because nobody has to be okay with everything you do. And if there is something not okay with you, if there's someone who is not okay with you or something, then you just have to understand that you guys are not on the same frequency, and you don't have the same energy, and just distancing yourself, but not putting the label on yourself that you're cringe, because there is no cringe. There is only you and the way you are, and the way you are perfect the way you are. And I think because, you know, when you're authentic, then you can be however you are. And there are some people who might think you're cool because you're on the same frequency, you are on the same level of energy, or people who think this is cringe, but there is no cringe, because if they think that this is cringe, then it simply means that you guys should not spend time together, you know, that you should distance yourself from these people. And in my opinion, to be cringe is to be free. So, okay, I say there is no cringe, but when you're cringe, when someone says you're cringe, then that means just that you're free, you know. And when I do something that you found cringe, I found it fun, you know. I found it fun, and that's why I am happier than you, maybe. Or someone who is acting just in a cringe way, when you think, oh my god, this person is so cringe, you know. It doesn't matter, you know, because that person is just having fun. And for you it might be cringe, but who cares? Because this person is having a good time, and that is the only thing that matters, because you are your own, you know, you are the main character in your own movie, and that is what matters the most. To not think about other people and what they might say or what they might think, or if they might put the label on you of being cringe, because unfortunately so many people, they judge everyone, you know, and they judge even themselves, and they put labels on everyone and even on themselves. And don't be a person like that, you know. Don't be a person who is judging others or who puts labels on others, because when you do this, then you also automatically judge yourself and you put labels on you. And for example, the label of cringe, you know, there is no cringe actually, but when you say, oh my god, you know, just like me yesterday, when you say, oh my god, I was cringe, or I was acting in a cringe way, was it really cringe? Like, rethink, you know, rethink and think about this again, and really analyze if that was really cringe or if that was just really the fun side of you, you know, because there is no cringe. But what is cringe? So cringing is basically making yourself look small, not worth attacking, harmless or unnoticeable. It happens when we're faced with what we perceive as an unbeatable threat. Cringing is a reaction to a threat, sometimes even before you recognize the threat. You might keep a little journal or list of the times when you find yourself rehearsing cringy situations. So best thing is to write everything down what you perceive as cringe, even on yourself or on others, because it all has to do something with you because of the mirror effect, as I talked about before. And just analyze what is really cringe, and if that is even really cringe, or if it's just a threat for your ego, because it's all up to your ego, because your ego is most of the time in control of you. And you know, if you're connected with your soul, nothing is cringe to you. And when you're awakened, then you will start seeing that actually what you do or what you see as cringe is not cringe, because it's just a person being authentic, or just you being authentic, and actually nobody cares. Because why, you know, why would you let yourself stop from other people's opinion, you know, just because of other people's opinion? And because you think that this is cringe, because not you think that this is cringe, but your ego thinks that's cringe. And yeah, as I said, you might keep a little journal or a list where you write down everything that you feel is cringe to you, or what you might perceive as cringe. And if there is a pattern or a trigger that you're not aware of, because most of the time when something is cringe, for example, when I was watching my own videos and when I felt cringe, I felt like, there are some things that I'm still insecure about myself. For example, it could be my skin, for example, because sometimes it's sometimes I have pimples, or sometimes I have a bad skin, which is normal, you know, which is very natural. But that's something that is triggering me, and this is something I have to work on, you know, to heal myself and to be a better person. And this is also something that you have to do, to analyze yourself and to find what is really triggering you, or like cringing you, you know. And perhaps a certain word or a small gesture of someone, or a smell or an image, or whatever it can be, there is always something that is cringing us from people who are maybe around us. For example, my little brother, sometimes I think he's super cringe, but not because he's cringe, but because I am not as free as him, you know, because I am not able to act as foolish as him, and to not act as childish as him, even though I would consider myself as a childish person. But you know, I'm still not as free as him. And once I accepted that I am cringe, I was free to become my true self. I was free, and I was allowed to become the true version of myself. Because unfortunately there is so much societal pressure, or so many cultural narratives around us, or that we grow up with, or some norms or rules from our parents or from our grandparents or from the people around us who put that pressure on us, and we are not allowed to act a certain way or act naturally or authentically because of the fear of being cringe or being judged, you know. And because that feels kind of like a threat for us, and our ego cannot take this. So our ego always wants to act perfect and always wants to be, just that perfect version of you, but that doesn't exist. I mean, you're always perfect the way you are, and that is the point. Like, just be authentic. Don't be your ego, It's very important to see the difference between your ego wants to be perfect, and the other version of yourself who is really, really you and authentic and just fun and just cringe, because being cringe is totally fine. And I am having my best time when I'm not caring about others and just acting cringe, even though there is no cringe. For example, when I'm outside and when I have my earpods on, I like to sing, when I listen to a song, and I don't care if anyone thinks that's cringe or not. Or what happens to me very often, I must admit, is that when I'm in a train or when I'm outside, when something bad happens to me or when I really have to cry, then I really have to cry, and that's okay, because I had to cry so many times in the train or outside in public because of some things happened to me, and I couldn't hold myself back, which is also okay. I'm not trying to be perfect, and I think it's completely fine, because nobody cares at the end, because nobody knows me, and even though I don't care, because in German we say was muss, das muss, and it means what has to be, has to be. So why not? If you have to cry outside, just cry. If you want to dance outside, just dance. If you want to sing a song, just sing. If you want to, so many people, they're afraid of talking to strangers, or just talking to a person, or asking something, or what, just starting a conversation with a stranger. And I think that is such a big opportunity and such a big chance to connect with new people and to make new friends. But when you let yourself stop from others, or because of yourself, because of your ego, and because of the labels that you put on yourself, then you lost since the beginning. Because why putting labels on yourself, and why judging yourself in the first place when you don't even know what is going to happen next? Because you don't know what will happen if you just take that step, if you just take that chance and possibility to get out of your comfort zone, to move out, and to just grow. Allow yourself to grow through new steps and through new challenges, because you are only able to grow when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations where you have to deal with that, and when you have to handle that situation, because of going through that situation. And you will grow, and you will start noticing that it's not that bad, because it's all in your head, it's all your ego. Your ego is telling you, oh no, don't do this. What if that person thinks that this is cringe? Or what if? Oh, it's always your ego. Remember this, it's not you. And just trust yourself, believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. And I don't consider myself as cringe anymore, because I don't care, I had the courage, I was brave enough to start this podcast, even though I felt like I can't do this. Like, first of all, I was feeling super uncomfortable, like sitting here in front of the camera and just talking, and I don't know what to talk about, and I don't even know if people are going to like this, but I don't care, the right people will find me. And it's always like this. The people who are on the same frequency as you will find you, and that will be the perfect chemistry, that will just be perfect. And don't worry, be happy. Yeah, so please don't let yourself stop because of some labels, or because you think that this might be cringe or might be bad, or people might judge you just because of some limits that you put on yourself. We're not gonna do this. We believe in ourselves, we trust ourselves, and I always say these affirmations: I am the best, I can do it, God is always with me, I'm a winner, today is my day. You can also use these affirmations, it always works for me. And just reprogramming your mind, and I think that it's gonna work, and it will work if you believe it, I'm sure. And just remember who you are the main character, and you're the best, and you can do everything, and we don't care about others. because others' opinions will not help us and will not will not bring us forward. So why listening to others? I mean, mind your own business, you know. Everyone should mind his own business. And sometimes when I'm on Instagram, when I'm still not brave enough to just create organic content, like where I take my phone and film myself and start speaking and talking, and just recording reels. I still cannot do this because I feel cringe. Everyone has secrets. But I think, you know, and every time when I scroll and when I see someone doing exactly that what I need to do, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a complete stranger, and I don't even care about if that person has makeup on or has a pimple on his face. I just listen to what that person says because of his words, you know, and that is the only thing that I care about. But then I'm like, but Ruki, why do you care about other people might judge you, you know, because others will also listen to your words and not just look at your face or will not look at your pimple or judge you because of your skin or whatever, or because of your language, because my English is also not perfect and I'm German, you know, I mean, I'm Turkish and German, but yeah, and you know, just think about yourself, that you can do everything and anything. The world is yours and you have the power to create everything and anything in your life. And just believe in yourself and trust yourself and honor yourself, because you're unique and you're the best, simply the best. Just like we. Okay, so take care of yourself and stay with love and gratitude. I'm wishing you a beautiful day.